Hi and welcome back to the Citizen channel. Hope you're all staying safe and well. And on our regular features, the Matchday programme watch home versions. We're going to have a look through the City home programmes. We're going to have a look at the one against Watford today on the 23rd of April 2022. So the usual £3.50 for 84 pages. Mr. Foden on the cover there. Yeah, so there you have it. www.reachsportshop.com is the guys. If you want to subscribe to this, I do subscribe and also buy copies when I get to the games as well. So obviously, if you wanted to do that, you get 26 copies. Works out £3.25 for £84.50. And if you're outside of the UK, you can add 65 quid to that. And 80 quid rest of the world if you want deliveries out of the UK. So there you are, www.reachsportshop.com. We've got, as I said, Foden on the cover. Yeah, always surprised. Sometimes it has tied in where you've got the guy on the cover as the interviewing side, but it doesn't happen that often. It's certainly not happened this week. Of course, get the usual Pep thing of we win our games, we win the title. Yep, that's it, Pep. We know that. Yeah, you're spot on there, mate. There's nothing much more we can add to that. Is Nathan Ake is actually the main piece in the article, and is talking about his increasing game timing, of course, as the season comes to a close, and we do sort of not degenerate, but these players like Aki, if you like, and Zinchenko are sort of looked over, aren't they? When things get to the crux, when it gets a bit difficult towards the end of a season, injuries start piling up, tiredness starts piling up. These are the sort of guys who we look to help us out, aren't they? Fact for he's got over 1 million Instagram followers. Is that good? I have no idea, guys. I don't know much about Instagram. Let me know if that's any good or not, but an interesting fact on Ake. City Matters interview is with the main man himself, Kevin Parker, talking about the official supporters club, etc. Kevin Cummins talks about a photo shoot, not with a band this time, but with, of course, well, even better the band, isn't it? Our legend Pablo Zabaleta, of course, in 2012, which he did for the City magazine then, that was going greatly missed by some of us. Head-to-head, no contest really with this one. It's a bit unfair, isn't it? It's KDB, well, against anyone. It's got to be a bit of a mismatch, but it's against Sissoko, of course, of Watford. He did better than Kev on a couple of stats. So, yellow cards. Yeah, he's he's got a lot more yellow cards. He's got 44 yellow cards to Kevin's 15. And red cards, he's got 2 to Kevin's 0. So at least he came out on top in a couple of the stats, so it wasn't too bad. Played for both, of course, one of my favourite goalkeepers, and a lot of love out there for him until he did a certain thing and deserted us to move over to United. I don't know really the story behind that. I might look into it one day. But of course, we're talking Tony COTON, of course, who played for Watford. As I said, he sort of went down in everyone's estimation when he joined United. Certainly in mine, I say I might be being a bit unfair. I don't know. I'll have to look into it a bit more, perhaps, for a future vlog, which no doubt there will be in a History Boys about Mr. COTON. And, of course, another little thing, Albert, another player who played for both Watford and City that I didn't recognise the name particularly, Albert Riera. Remember him? City. He was in City at 2005. A funny time for me. I'd say I did, obviously, when we moved over to the Etihad, I did spend 2 or 3 seasons there before I had a few business things that stopped me going for a while. But, yeah, I don't remember an Albert Riera in 2005. Played 16 times, 3 as sub, and scored a goal. So yes, I'll have to find out about that. Another vlog somewhere along the line. But if you remember anything about Albert Riera, let me know, because I'm a bit of a loss in all fairness. Blast from the past, it covers our season, of course, where we did the wonderful quadruple, if you like, the British domestic treble with the Community Shield thrown in, and of course with Watford link, of course, a 6-0 final at Wembley, which was possibly the most comfortablest certainly match I've been stood at watching at Wembley, or sat down. I can't remember what I had to do that day, whether it was I was allowed to stand up or not. I can't remember now. X and the City. is Mr. Richard Jobson. Yeah, another sort of popular guy who some people like, some people didn't. He joined us in 1998, of course, on the verge of when we got the promotions back to where we belong. Played 55 games, was subbed twice, and scored 4 goals. So, yeah, hey, they're piling up, these guys. We might do a vlog on in the future. Richard Jobson. Half-time quiz, answer at the end, obviously, on City Watford links. Yeah, who scored the City hat-trick against Watford back in 2019 when we beat them 8-0 at the Etihad? Do you remember who scored the hat-trick? If you're watching my other vlogs, you might know that already, but just a little test for you. I'll give you the answer in a few moments when we get to the end of this. And he started it in the last issue. He started it in the Brighton game. Gary James continues his look back at the run-in for the momentous 2011-12 season, of course, in the title-winning season. What's in the name? We've got Mr. Zach Steffen, one of the little connections. He admits that Tim Howard, yes, this guy, Zach, mate, what are you doing? He admits that Tim Howard was his hero growing up with his semi-final performance. And this, Zach, you sort of lost all credibility with me, mate. You'll have to try and get a bit of that back. But hey, that's just me. I'm sure you still love him, you lot out there. City women and Greenwood is shining bright. Of course she is. The under-18s and Will Dixon is the main story for the under-18s team. And the EDS feature, I think, Dozy comments on the benefits that he's had, obviously, being in with the first team training on a regular basis this season, and obviously how it's affected him. Buzzword, and of course, Buzzer talks of how fortunate we are to have Pep. Yeah, well, we know that, don't we? So there you have it. All done and dusted. Again, nothing fantastic, nothing particular, but a couple of interesting things. My favourite will probably be the Zabaleta piece by Mr. Kevin Cummins, and obviously, I'm sure I've got the magazine there for that as well in the back. So I'll dig that out one day. I do little features occasionally on magazines, so we'll try and come up with that at one stage. Our hero, of course, Pablo Zabaleta. And I did tell you the half-time quiz. The answer, yes, who scored the hat-trick for City in the 8-0 win over Watford in 2019? Well, of course, it was Bernardo, of course, scored the hat-trick in that game. And after, even Nicolas Otamendi came in with one as well. And the old song, "Half the team," who put the ball in the net, half the team did, was certainly quite right that day, that's for sure. Anyway, thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that. Let me know, as I say, don't forget to go to Reach Sports if you want to subscribe to this magazine. It's a memento. It's a memory. It is what it is. It's, not the greatest at the moment. We've had far better City magazines over years, but it's a match day programme. It's not a magazine, perhaps. Excuse me. I do bang on. I wish it was more like a magazine, like some very good ones out there that people. But it's supply and demand, and if they're not really making anything out of it, I suppose we have to be grateful for what we get, don't we? But anyway, let me know your thoughts, guys. If you're a collector or you've got any sort, what was your favourite piece in this? Did you have a flick through? Did you have a read through? Did you actually read it avidly, or did you just have a browse through? Let me know what you do, and it'll be great to hear from you. And until we meet again, I only ask one thing, don't I? Please stay safe, Blues. Come on, City. Thanks for watching. Bye for now.